Welcome back to Chaos Collectibles. So I just finished another custom figure. I ended up priming this guy a few weeks ago. So what I was doing is I was taking figures out, priming them up. I need to do that now before it gets too cold. I just need to start priming the crap out of these Zolo bodies and a bunch of these heads that I end up getting. Because if it gets too cold, I'm gonna have some issues later on. So this is number 16 for the year. So I started doing these in July. So we have August, September, October. In about 3 months, I made 16 custom figures. It's roughly about one a week. There's been a week or two here or there where I haven't been able to do it. So yes, this is how I've been spending most of my weekends. Anyhow, I like this guy a lot. I think he turned out pretty cool. This is Abakazzar. Take a look at this guy here. Pretty basic compared to some of them that I've done. However, the turban was a real pain to paint, let me tell you. Because I ended up, he's got a magnetic head, by the way. So after I primed him with that lighter color, trying to go over that with the lighter color is just ridiculous. So what I did is I went with the regular blue, did like a wash, and then I tried to paint the really light blue over the top of it. I thought about going with that burgundy color, but I didn't. I wanted more colors into this guy. So it took quite a bit of coats of paint to cover that dude there. But I think he turned out pretty cool. So he does have a magnetic head, because I had to be able to get the cape on him. So the robe is actually from a Triclops Masterverse figure. Revelations, I think it is. And I did a video with that figure, but I scrapped it. I never really put it out there. But anyhow, I ended up buying that figure just for that robe. I mean, it was a cheap figure. It's like 12 bucks shipped to me. I don't see how people can make money off stuff like that. And I ended up cutting it down because the robe was so freaking long. I don't know where the other part to it is, but it was a really long robe. So I ended up cutting the bottom of it off. Head is from Dusk Till Dawn Studio. And this cape is actually an original cape from Thoth Amon. 1982-83 Remco frickin' Conan figure. So this cape is almost as old as me. Full repaint of this guy. And he's got a Realm of the Underworld belt. And that is Ulysses belt, yes. And then the sword is from Dusk Till Dawn Studio as well. Primed it, full repaint. So I put that little blue in there to kind of match the turban. So this is Abakazzar. Pretty basic guy here. Skin tone is beastly brown mixed with barbarian skin tone. Several colors there. I know it's not picking up the shading, but all my figures are shaded. I'll just add a little bit more beastly brown to get darker colors, a little bit more of the barbarian skin tone for the highlights. But this is Abakazzar, latest custom figure. So I had somebody reach out to me a couple weeks ago and asked me what the name of my toy line is. And something I never really thought about, because I never really looked at my figures as a line, but I was like, this dude's onto something, maybe I should call it something. And I apologize, I don't remember who it was exactly that asked me in the questions of one of my videos. But I guess if I were to call this a figure line, I would call it the Warriors of Chaos. So head is magnetic, sculpted a neck on that sucker. And this is Abakazzar. Did the same thing with his eyes, like I did all the others. He's got brown eyes. I go in with the pupil dot, and then white reflective dot. There you have it, everybody. All right, Abakazzar, thanks again for tuning in. I hope you all have an awesome day. Until next time. Woo!